I have recorded this 3 times now. This is freaking insane. Oh my God. Is it recording now? Please, for the love of God, I hope it's recording now. Oh my God. Anyway, I want to talk about this Guilty Gear game. And is there any potential to actually save it? What can we actually hope for, right? And what is this game even trying to accomplish in the first place? So let's talk about that right now. Because one of the biggest problems is this wall system. And unfortunately, I already drew the Pikachu picture because I recorded this 3 times now. I'm not drawing it a 4th time. I'm sorry. So what are they trying to accomplish with this wall system right now? Because this is one of the biggest things we need to talk about, right? So again, as I showed the wall, this isn't even a real combo. The wall system is basically going on like a time limit, right? There's like a participation award they're trying to do with this game. Little Jimmy can do whatever combo he wants. There's no real teching. If Jimmy gets you to the corner, he just mashes whatever button. The guy is still going to break the wall. He's going to get his positive reinforcement. His special star, he did it. And then you think, well, what is the mix-up? Why do we not want to break the wall? And you think, well, I guess technically it would appear the optimal thing is you want to knock the guy as low to the ground. So then they have this specific animation, which gives you just a split second longer where they take to recover. And again, remember, you can't burst. I know some dude was like, oh, you could just burst it. Like, no, you can't burst it. Jesus Christ. Unbelievable. I don't know why people question me about games. Get out of here, dude. Feel lucky I play these games. Anyway, so basically you think the optimal thing is if you don't want to break the wall, you knock the guy as low to the ground as possible so you can get this animation. You get the extra half second of wall regeneration, and then you go for your high-low mix-up. But as I showed in videos, even if you go for this high-low mix-up, the wall is still the invisible pressure system right now, still is close to breaking. So you cannot even do a full combo. So you got to think, what is the risk reward here right now? It's really skewed. You know what I mean? The clear cut why I would go for this when the damage is already so high in the game. Why would I not want to break the wall? Why would I go for the mix-up? And then you have bullshit situations like this. And remember, this can even start mid-screen because it's just that invisible pressure system it looks like right now. I could just be duck little kicking, not even a combo. So imagine if this were to happen in a real match. And imagine, he doesn't have much life there, but imagine this happened earlier. And you're like, holy shit, dude, what do I do? And it's like, do I do another one attack and it breaks the wall? Or do I go for my high-low mix-up? When I can't even do a full real combo because once you open them up with the high-low mix-up, excuse me, if you did, the wall is just going to break before you can even do a full combo. That is so completely bonkers and ridiculous, right? This is a problem. Walls in general are a problem. I am against walls. You know, when Trump was talking about building this wall, do you really want to keep this out of America? Do you want to keep that out of America? Those lips, look at that fucking face, dude. Jesus Christ. My green card is raising exponentially to the point I can't speak English just looking at that. Having a wall is the worst thing you could do. We don't want to keep that out of America. We don't want walls in Guilty Gear. Anyway, so how can we fix this wall problem? And I actually don't think that the wall thing is totally bad, because the game has to progress. But how they're doing a wall right now is really messed up, right? So how are we going to fix this wall? And I haven't thought about this too much because, again, I was sick this weekend, and I probably should try. Maybe I should have tried to force myself to play more, but I just wasn't really that interested, and I was sick at some certain points, so I couldn't even play if I wanted to. But anyway, I'm going to throw a lot of ideas at you. Again, I haven't thought about it that much, so maybe take some of these ideas, maybe only take a little bit of the ideas, maybe take them all. But something needs to be done. There needs to be more gimmicks for it, for better or worse, considering what we have right now with this time limit. Because you cannot have someone potentially be blocking and only been hit by jabs by a little itty-bitty tap, 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 tap pressure, and then they broke the wall and they're in a situation where they're like, man, dude, what the hell do I do? This is such a skewed advantage right now. It has gone, this participation award to help these Jimmies is now punished me, right? So how do we fix this? So right now, basically stages have 3 stages in this. Every stage has 3 stages, right? You can break the walls infinitely. Whenever you do a super, there's a hard knockdown. That's kind of the caveat of it right now, right? So what would I do, right? I would say, first of all, left or right can only be broken once. Each stage, depending on the right side of each stage, the right side of the wall can only be broken once. So you could go over here, boom, boom, boom. And each stage, the left side can only be broken once. So if you broke this, so if you broke the right stage here, you can never break the right stage again. But if you're here, now you can only break the left side. You know what I mean? Vice versa. Each stage, and you know what I mean? Each time you play a match, I should say, the right side and the left side can only be broken once a match. We also need to change what are the advantages and disadvantages for breaking the wall, right? So right now, when you break a wall, no matter what, you get this positive reinforcement, right? And if you've done super, you get a hard knockdown. This again there needs to be something else, right? So keep it so, because you want this participation award for the Jimmies. If they break the wall with whatever, they get a positive reinforcement. But now we need to add something else, okay? I would say if you've done a super, let's get, man, what an ugly color. Can we get a more aesthetic color here? Let's get a baby blue. Baby blue for those tears falling from Pikachu. So let's say if you've done a super, not only when you do the super, if you've saved, if like, man, there's going to be sometimes in matches, does he want to use the super to break the wall? If you've used the super to break the wall, and I should say, probably eventually this game's damaged, like fiddle with it, right? But if you've done a super to break the wall, not only does it do a hard knockdown and gives you a positive reinforcement, it also says, like in Guilty Gear, it says danger for the other guy. The guy, after this hard knockdown, after he blocks this next mix-up, assuming he does, he has to start his offense or else he's going to get a negative penalty. There needs to be more reward for the one, because, again, you can only break each side once. Maybe player one is going to be able to break each wall himself. Who knows, right? So say basically, if you're breaking with the wall super, you get this hard knockdown, you get the positive reinforcement, and you get the other guy gets a negative warning. Hell, I would even say potentially you're at such an advantage after this wall breaks. If you've done a super, you can off the ground the guy to combo them again. So, you know, with the damage buffers, assuming they did a big combo in the first place, this isn't going to do that much more damage, but hey, add a little bit more. There needs to be more incentive in. And then we need to fix this specific problem right here. Because if this happens in a match, this is a problem, right? If you haven't even really done any real combos on the guy, and you're in a situation where it's like, wow, dude, I just broke the wall. I'm about to be punished because one hit breaks the wall, and if I go for my high-low mix-up, I can't even do a full combo right now. That's a problem, dude. So I would say when the guy falls down like this, they can now be either... Let me get a drink of water, sorry. If you don't, like, man, you're like, man, I don't know if I want to break this wall. Like, imagine if you've... Because imagine it's 3 matches, right? Or 3 rounds, right? Imagine like, fuck, do I want to break each? I have the opportunity to break each wall in the very first match. And you're like, dude, I don't know. Maybe I'm going to need to save this for the last match, right? There needs to be another mind game. So maybe a guy, if he's already winning the match, he's like, I don't need to break this wall because I want to be able to break it the next match. So you should be able to then potentially then do, maybe say, throw the guy backwards. You should be able to throw the guy. So you could throw the guy backwards then potentially because like, no, I don't want to break this wall. I want to keep my pressure. I don't want to deal with this potential, wall breaking earlier than I wanted to. And I would also say in this situation, the dust, because you know how the dust works? If you dust the guy and it hits on a counter hit, you get like a combo thing, right? I think if you've timed this, you know what I mean? You can do the ground dust and you get that cinematic dust and you can boom, boom, and you'll just knock the guy down again. You get a few hits. At least you'll get a little bit more damage, right? But there should not be situations where potentially that you have not done a real combo on the guy and you can't be rewarded for it properly. That is messed up, okay? Now, of course, imagine both walls were broken and this situation happens. You're like, well, then what happens, right? What do you do then in this situation? Well, I would just say if you do hit the guy again, then just say, boom. If both walls have been broken and you try to hit the guy and the wall's cracked, every hit just does 1 frame of stun. It's not unheard of in games when the tech buffer is like gotten that high. If the wall is that high, and the wall could have broken before, but now the wall is already broken again, and you try to break that wall again, the next hit you do that normally would have broken that wall, boom. It just does one frame of stun, and the guy just flips out automatically. Simple. There you go. I mean, something like that, dude. I'm just saying there needs to be more gimmicks to this, right? Right now, the wall breaks infinitely. It's a participation award, and there's potentially really fucked up situations like this where you're not being rewarded properly, and there's not like a proper reason to go for this high-low mix-up. So at least if you go for this high-low mix-up, again, think about it in terms of the match. If the guy's like, oh man, this guy's already winning the match this drastically, does he want to break this wall? Because maybe he lost the first match. He won this first match, or he won one match, but he lost. He's like, maybe he wants to save it for this last match so then he can super the guy. Another thing, who knows, right? There needs to be some other gimmick to it. Hell, I would potentially even say maybe if you've broken the wall to kill the guy that's killed the guy, who knows? Maybe if you've broken the wall to kill the guy, who knows? Maybe you keep your super the next round, like Street Fighter, however much meter you have. Maybe there's like another reward. I know that normally doesn't happen in Guilty Gear, but you need to have other gimmicks right now in the game, okay? Because this gimmick, that as it is right now, is completely fucked up, and it's terrible, dude. There needs to be something else. Do you want to take every idea I had? Do you want to just take a couple? I don't know, dude. I haven't thought about it that deeply, but I do know this gimmick is completely messed up right now. And right now it's just a participation award that is not properly rewarding anyone for what they're doing, right? The combo system in general is fucked up, but at least you could add something else to the game. Fucking Pikachu, he's living in a fucking society. Hear that society song one too many times. He's like, I'm getting out of this fucking society. Bring me back to these fucking hot Spanish girls so I can jack off a little bit, right? Give them a little green card. Here's his green card. He's ready to go. His electric green card. But, yeah, and, like I said, there's lots of other things I would change about the game. I still don't understand, like, being able to FD ground normals. I don't agree with jab. Jab not going into duck little kick. That's not good. I can accept the slash just goes into hard slash, that kind of stuff, but jab doesn't go into duck little kick, fucks up pressure. The game feels very predetermined right now with what move does what. It's not a good look. So you need to add some more gimmicks into it, right? So gimmicks, for better or worse, at this stage, what the game is looking like right now, you need to add some other gimmicks because the game is painful right now with some of the things, the ideas that's going on. Does that make sense? Can't believe I recorded this 3 times. 4 times now, was it? Jesus Christ.